To start off, I feel like I should say coming out is a very serious thing. I've seen many videos go around of people coming out as furries to their parents or friends. I'm going to tell you why that isn't necessary. Hello everyone, I'm Solarsaber, and today we'll be going over why you shouldn't come out as a furry. What exactly is coming out? Well, when someone feels brave enough to publicly state that they are a sexuality other than heterosexual or a gender other than cisgender, that is considered coming out. Can you see where I'm going with this? Being a furry is neither a sexuality nor a gender identity. Yes, a small percentage of furries are into the sexual side of the fandom, but most are not. So furry isn't a sexuality. People who stay in the closet, which means they haven't told anyone of their sexuality or a gender identity, are at risk for higher stress levels and even depression. Why is this? Well, a person in the closet would be unable to date someone publicly or even express their crushes in fear of being outed. This is very disheartening, especially when others around them seem to have perfect love lives. Non-cisgender people in the closet may be constantly misgendered, which can cause a feeling of not belonging and insecurity. Furries do not experience these struggles. It's literally against the law to be part of the LGBT+ community in some countries, and being a furry isn't illegal, trust me. Furries do have negative experiences from people not understanding the fandom, but trust me, it is not the same as being ridiculed for your sexuality or gender identity. The thing about being a furry, too, is that being a furry is a choice. Sexuality and gender are not choices. I know some of you are thinking, well, I didn't choose to be interested in anthro animals. And you're right! Your interests aren't choices. So yes, you didn't choose to find fursuits cute. You didn't choose to be interested in animals with human characteristics. But you did choose to be a furry. Anyone can leave the furry fandom at any time. No one is keeping you here. There are tons of people who draw furry art or express interest in furry-related things, but choose not to be furries. You coming out to your parents as a furry would be like someone coming out to their parents as an anime cosplayer. Being a furry is a hobby. It's just a very weird hobby. You wouldn't come out as a Homestuck fan or whatever, so why would you come out as a furry? They're both just fandoms. I understand that furries can experience physical harm from others just for being furries, just as someone might for their sexuality or gender identity. I'm not saying that we furries don't have our struggles, because we definitely do. I'm just saying that coming out as a furry is not necessary and definitely not the right terminology to use. If someone asks if you're a furry and you don't want them to know, just say no. You don't owe them an explanation. And denying your furriness to someone doesn't have nearly as much emotional damage as denying your sexuality or gender identity to someone. I never came out to my parents as a furry. I just mentioned that there was a furry convention nearby that I wanted to go to. They asked me what a furry was, and I explained that they were people who like to dress up in cute animal costumes and are very enthusiastic about animals. I compared it to Dragon Con, which helped them understand it more. So, now they know I'm interested in the furry fandom, and I didn't have to come out to them. I never came out to my close friends as a furry either. You know why? Because it's an interest, it's just a hobby. They found out on their own, just like you'd find out about your best friend's interest over time. One time, one of my close friends asked me to hang out, so of course I was like, heck yeah. I showed up wearing a Hyena Agenda shirt because it was a casual outing and it was like 100 degrees outside, cause, you know, Georgia. They looked at my shirt, looked back up at me, and we made intense eye contact for a second. They busted out laughing, and I did too, cause I mean, furries are weird. I totally understand why people find it weird. We talked about the Hyena Agenda store for a little bit, and we had a good time for the rest of the day. And see, I didn't have to come out to them. Really though, just treat being a furry as any other interest you have. People think people who go to anime conventions are weird, so of course they're gonna think furries are weird. Once again, coming out isn't the right terminology to use if you want someone to know you're a furry. I mean, if you really have to let someone know you're a furry for some reason, just tell them, I guess. I wouldn't bring it up out of nowhere, cause that's pretty weird. Just let it naturally come up. If you're doing something fur related, such as drawing an anthro character in your sketchbook, and your parents or friends ask what it is, just tell them if you're comfortable doing that. That way they know, and you didn't have to make a big deal out of it. Basically, to recap, you shouldn't come out as a furry because coming out refers to sexuality and gender identity, and furry applies to neither of those. You can definitely tell someone you're a furry for the heck of it if you really feel like it, but don't say you came out to someone about it. That's a little weird. Thanks for watching. This is just my opinion. I hope you all remember that. You can have a different opinion. You can come out as a furry if you want to. I mean, you do you, you know? So thanks for watching, and remember, shine bright.